He's so trampy, that little champy. 10,000 words swam round my head, 10 million more in books written beneath my bed. I wrote or read them all when searching in my heart. Can't find how to hold my hands. And I know you need me in the next room over. I'm stuck in here all paralyzed. 4 months I got myself in ruts, too much time spinning mirrors framed in yellow walls. Ain't it like most people, I'm no different, like the doggone things we don't know about. Well, ain't it like most people, I'm no different, like the doggone things we don't know about. It's not simple to say that most days I don't recognize me, that these shoes and this apron, that place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I was never attention sweet center. I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She's lonely most of the time. She's all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She's gone, but she used to be mine. Oh, good people. What is happening? What is happening on the internet? What did Sam Altman launch today? What's happening? What's going down? What's shaking? Anybody? Anybody? Anyone? Oh, good Lord. All right. Well, it's an intimate crowd. It's an intimate crowd here at the lab. Late on a Thursday night. You know what's going on? A lot of people have kids going back to school. And so they're getting drunk. I know. That's what's happening. They're like, they're finally out of the house. Let's get drunk. There's no audio on TikTok? People on TikTok can't hear me? No? Is it just a Vicky problem? Confirmed no audio. All right.
things we're going to be redoing is your parks.
Hello, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me? I was wondering, good chaps, good fella, we can't hear you. But it's okay, you're singing. That was rude. I love it. That was a good troll, solid troll. Oh, let me start over. $10,000. All right, that's it. All right, fantastic. Good people. Yeah, lip sync is off for me. What do you mean? The lip sync is off. My voice is lagging. I wonder if I've got bad internet. Read the pin. There's no pin. I'm good for Tobias. Tobias is the only one I care about. So long as my lip sync is on for Tobias, to hell with everyone else. I think you all understand that, right? Vicky, I was trying to lip read. Oh, when I was just making fun. Fine, I'll log back in. All right. Yeah, that's good. Let's put this on Dr. J. This is all on Dr. J. Hey, Joy Purdy, what's happening? Archetypal architect. I can't hear you on TikTok, but I don't have TikTok up. That's comedy. That's technology comedy right there. I got to tell you, it's solid. It's some solid comedy works right there. And I guess I could do my black bar, and I guess I could flip my camera. I could do my camera flipping. There we go. You wonder why it's an intimate crowd. I closed the app and came back, and now the audio is fixed. Yay! I'm learning rotoscoping this week. You don't need rotoscoping anymore, Joy. I mean, sure, if you want to actually control things. But doesn't Runway now have that new thing, the Runway Aleph, where you can just upload a video clip and just change the location? I'm pretty sure, or like change the main character to be in cartooning. I don't think you need to learn rotoscoping. Not to crap all over your parade, Joy. Listen, you've learned more about video editing and production in the past 6 months than I'll ever learn in my life. And I own a video company. But to be fair, my video company exists because I hated editing so much. Yes, but I was losing quality. Oh, you wanted quality. Yeah, you're not going to get that with AI. Not just yet. You're going to have to give that 2 years. I do fear. And quite frankly, Joy, as you know, learning the craft of how to do it the old-fashioned way will pay you dividends. It'll get you jobs because you'll be able to speak the language. Have I heard about Nano Banana? I have, and I'm like, honey, that's kind of rude to say to your husband. It's a micro penis joke. Yes, I have heard about Nano Banana, the code name for the Google image editing tool. Sorry. I just had. Sometimes you just have to go seventh grade. You got to go sophomoric humor, and if you don't do it, it's an opportunity lost. Whiskey Club is good. Yes. Have I heard of Nano Banana? That was my nickname in college. No, it really was. La ta ta ti 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 ti. What did I just walk into? Literally, the thing I hear is micro penis. We were just talking about the code name of Google's new radically powerful image editing tool, rumored to be Google. And, according to Google, size doesn't matter. I didn't mean to cause you any sorrow. Didn't mean to cause you any pain. Only one time to see you laughing. Only want to see you laughing in that purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Only want to see you laughing in that purple rain. Yeah, so Nano Banana looks good. I don't know when we're going to have access to it. And Google didn't confirm that it was theirs on their Pixel 10 event. So it's still rumor at this point, but it looks like that's what it is. Prince did an acoustic version too. Yeah, that version that I was just singing, that's the Martin Sexton version. The Martin Sexton Purple Rain is amazing. I stopped singing it right there because that's the point where he actually starts singing really good, and I don't. So I sing the setup and then I stop. Oh, good Lord, good people. He's got a falsetto. He does. He's got an amazing voice, Martin Sexton. His falsetto, there's something about the way his face is designed, the structure of his face. It's just like the sound comes out of his face like trumpets. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. Harry Nilsson? Yeah, I like him too. There's a Harry Nilsson song that Nico Case covered. She covered it on that Elvis Costello show. She was on with Jesse Winchester, Sheryl Crow, Jesse, forget Jesse's last name, and Nico Case. It was a really good episode. But it's weird. It's not, a lot of those shows are on YouTube, but that one's missing for some reason. Has Kyle been gardening tonight? I haven't been gardening, but I was drinking whiskey. So, I heard on the news about the farmer's tragedy. I did not hear about that, so I don't know what that is. Corey Sandler, I saw Martin Sexton in the early 90s at the Seaport Folk Festival. Wow, that's amazing. I saw I've seen Martin Sexton, I don't know, 4 or 5 times now. And but I saw him in a songwriting course. He did a 2-hour masterclass in a songwriting course that I was in, and oh my god, it was amazing. Nice, Erica. I was on stage with Prince while he played that song on the sound stage in the house. Life-changing moment. That's amazing. I actually got to talk to Prince once. He was trying to find someone to build his first website, and someone gave him our name, and I was the chief creative officer at the agency. And so I talked to his manager, and then he goes, "Okay, I'm going to put Prince on now." And you know, he got on the phone. He was like, "Hello, hello, hello." I can't even go as low as it was. His voice was so low. It was like, wow, that was crazy. What's your whiskey of choice? I am a Blanton's man. A Blanton. A Blanton. A Blanton. Blan, 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 blan. A chugga, 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 chugga. I am a Blanton's guy. Tonight I had an Old Forester Old Fine whiskey, 93 proof, double cask. The theme of the whiskey night tonight was campfire, and they started a campfire when it was 90 degrees out. We all went in the air conditioning. Basil Hedden, probably my favorite. Very nice. I love that. Oh, he's been the reason you started your agency and left TV news. Wow, that's so cool. He's a good hugger. Yeah, I never got to meet him in person, but talking to him on the phone was a trip, man. He was so, you know, I'm like me, like I'm peppy. And if there was a counter energy to who I am, it was Prince. It was weird. I'd be like, bah, 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 bah. There'd be just like silence. I'd be like, bah, 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 bah.
Hey, Kyle.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. The TikTok audio is working now. That was just a confirmation. But I have something for you. If you actually want to talk about AI at the AI Learning Lab, I just, you know, just in
wait. Case. AI. Yeah. I talked about AI at Whiskey. I don't need to talk about it here.
Okay. Well, in case you change your mind, I just sent you a Twitter DM from Robbie Stein. He is VP of Product at Google Search, and they had some significant updates with AI mode, and it's a 5-part tweet. So
cool. You might like All right, let's go look at that. All right, I like it. Let's go share that. Let's go share it. All right, we're going rogue. Well, no, we're following the recommendation of our producer, which, if you've learned anything in radio, you do the opposite of what the producer suggests. All right. Robbie Stein, today we're announcing new agentic and personalization features in AI mode that make search even more useful and tailored to you. And a further nail in the coffin to SEO agencies everywhere. Agentic web browsing capabilities from Project Mariner make it easier than ever to find and book restaurant reservations. Oh my God, I feel like these AI companies, it's like their only fucking use case is you've got to book restaurant reservations. Anyway, sorry. Can we come up with another use case? You've got to find the dog kibble manufacturer in your neighborhood. I live relatively close to the Purina plant here in Denver. It's disgusting. Tell AI mode exactly what you're looking for, and search will present a curated list of restaurants with available tables and time slots for you to choose from. Okay, so that's sort of like search. But okay, I guess. Get personalized dining recommendations tailored to your unique taste. Okay, that's different. Now, when you search for dining-related topics in AI mode, you'll see suggestions that are more relevant and personalized based on your previous conversations and places you've searched for or tapped in search and maps. Available for people in the US who've opted into AI mode in experimental. Finally, we've added new link sharing capability in AI mode, so it's even easier to collaborate with friends and family. All right. That's kind of cool. Check out the new AI mode capabilities. Is that just at Google? Do I have that enabled? If I just go to google.com, AI mode. Yes, I do.
It's not on the Twitter tab though.
Now it is, right?
Yes.
Reservations for meat in Denver tomorrow. For
and
meat.
Make sure you hit AI mode instead of just enter, because if you do enter, it'll just do a regular Google search.
Oh, interesting. All right, kicking off 8 searches, steak dinner reservations, Garden Grace, Modern Steakhouse, reservations recommended, call or visit their website. Visit their website's not a hyperlink? Bizarre. All right, whatever. A5 Steakhouse, Urban Farmer. Like, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good search result.
Yeah, you're not going to get the agentic behavior yet because it's not opted in labs, but this gives you a pretty good idea of what they've been working on behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's pretty
also
cool.
BlackRock.
All right. Gravy. All right, what are we going to talk about tonight, people? What is the plan? What is the plan? Wait, we're still talking about micro penises? Oh, first micro penis and now meat? I was talking about steak. I see a pattern here. The pattern is I'm an idiot. It's a pretty consistent pattern, and it's been here for a while. Speaking of which, I think it's only appropriate. I haven't donned the pink bow in a while. All right, and I know, ladies, I'm not wearing it right. I get told that that's not how you're supposed to wear it. We pink bows are very specific. They got a very specific use case for us. I know. Pinky's out. All right. That's cutting off the blood to my brain. I think that's not a good idea. All right. Let's see. What are we going to do tonight? Could go finish that song we started 2 nights ago or last night, whenever that was. Oh, I know what you know what? I want to play you a video.
The honeymoon round.
Sorry if that was loud. Where's my audio here? It's this one. And then it's this one. All right. So This is a video. I did a duet to this today. I don't ever do duets, but I did one to this today because I think it's an important video. How about a connection? How about connections in ChatGPT and Gemini? Connections like the game, like the New York Times connections thing? I don't know quite how that goes, but I can ask it. Anyway, we talk a lot about extensions. What's that mean? What's extensions mean? Oh, extensions connect to Google Drive. I don't know how to do that, Corey. I would do that. No, the new connections and customizations. Like make them and see if they work. The last time I tried it, it didn't work. Like I connected them and then I tried to like look for something. It goes, I don't have access to your Gmail. I'm like, well, I just fucking connected it. So I haven't tried it since. Anyway, let me play this video and then we'll figure out something else to do. So I talk a lot in here about Kevin McAllister moments, and I also talk about the 5 stages of AI adoption. And if you go to the AI Salon, in the welcome to the Salon page, that's got the, oops, why is that not sharing? Because, okay, that's just weird. I honestly don't know what's going on with the sharing on this machine lately. Anyway, if you go to the AI Salon, the salon.ai or community.thesalon.ai, on the welcome page, we've got the 5 stages of AI adoption. Stage 1 is dismissal or denial. So that's where a lot of people are right now is AI's crap, AI steals. I don't believe in AI. I don't think it's all that good. I tried it once. All that sort of stuff is stage 1. Stage 2 is awe. It's a Kevin McAllister moment where you realize, holy shit, the world's different. I didn't know it could do that. And then stage 3 is wonder and fear. So reverence and dread simultaneously. So this video that I'm going to show you is stages 2 and 3 kind of rolled into one video. And it's a pretty amazing video to witness. Okay, so let me move that over there. Let me move that over there. All right. Can everybody say, or is everybody good? All right.
Hi, my name is Fernando Perdomo. I am a record producer and singer-songwriter currently living in Los Angeles.
I can barely hear that.
This might be the most important video I ever post. My job is in jeopardy because of AI, and I say that with some crazy emotions going right now because I'm equally offended as I am impressed. But
I'm equally offended as I am impressed.
AI music creation software has now reached
can't really hear,
and I am honestly blown away by what I'm about to show you. So
why can I not make this louder? Hang on. Sound settings. Output volume is maxed.
So there is this program called Suno, and it's a program that a lot of people use to create AI music. And the usual way you do it is you type in the lyrics and you put a prompt and it creates a song. Well, it has a new feature. The new feature is hum a tune, tap out a beat, or sing a melody. Well, I'm going to now show you an abridged version of my song called California Moon, which is one of my fan favorite songs. And it was
okay. So if you didn't hear that, you'll be able to hear the rest of this. If you didn't hear that, what he basically says is he's a songwriter and a producer, and his job is in jeopardy because of what he just learned about Suno, the songwriting tool. And he said what he knew Suno could do before was you could type in text and it would generate a song. What he didn't know was that you could play the beginning of a song and it will just finish it for you. And so that's what he's actually about to demo.
Recorded, it was actually covered by Pat Sansone of Wilco and Autumn Defense, one of the most beautiful voices ever. But here's an abridged version of the song. I'm going to do a verse and chorus. Instead of dancing in the dark, let's go out tonight. The moon is shining bright. Let's go out tonight. California moon is shining, shining on you. California moon is shining, shining on you. Oh, shining on you. Stop. Now I'm going to paste in
He needs
the
a champion.
lyrics. And I'm just going to hit create. Let's count together.
So Ryan, to your comment on doesn't this say more about the songs than AI? No, he does a follow-up video of this video where he takes his most complicated song, his most sophisticated chord progression song, and puts it in Suno. Now you'll see. Just listen to what Suno does with this, with what he just played.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 10 seconds. This is what it created in 10 seconds.
Instead of dancing in the dark, let's go out tonight.
I'm not faking this. This actually just happened.
I don't know if you heard that. He goes, "I'm not faking this. This actually just happened." Yeah, this is the Jimmy Buffett version.
Let's go out tonight. California moon.
It caught all the chord progressions. A minor, back to G.
Shining on you.
That's nice.
California moon.
Now let's do the B minor.
Shining on you.
There's the B minor. Now, are you ready for the death punch? In that 10 seconds, oh, I love that. That was very easy. In that same 10 seconds, it created 2 versions. Version 2.
Instead of dancing in the dark, let's go out tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, Erica, the awe and sadness on his face are a little heartbreaking. I commented to him a couple of times today. I mean, this. I think that every single knowledge worker and creative worker, anyone who works on computers, is going to confront this moment. What I really appreciate him sharing this is he's sharing that it kind of in the moment where he's still awestruck by it, right? And terrified and impressed, but he's not shying away from it. He's like, I'm gonna face this demon, right? And I think for me this is actually an important video because I think everyone's going to go through this. If you haven't gone through it already, anyone who's not into AI is going to have this moment at some point.
The moon is shining bright.
Why would anybody need a producer?
Let's go out to
Why would anyone need a producer? He just said.
tonight. California moon is shining, shining on you.
I'm going to let this one play out. I don't even know what's happening,
California moon
but this is crazy.
shining, shining on you. Oh,
Do you see my eyes dying?
shining on you.
Oh, he just said, "Do you see my eyes dying?"
Tonight we dance as one. After the sun is gone.
That's really clever.
On this beautiful beautiful night after the sun is gone.
Oh my God.
California moon is shining.
This is crazy.
Shining on you. California moon is shining.
I'm equally impressed that I am, like,
I'm equally impressed that I am bummed.
offended.
Offended.
And, you know, I bet it's going to do a guitar solo. It's going to do a guitar solo.
He just said it's. I bet it's going to do a guitar solo. He goes, it's going to do a guitar solo, and then it does.
Wow. Suno, I don't know what you guys are doing.
Yeah. Let me pop over and play the other one for a second.
For my final test of Suno tonight, I'm going to sing into it an unfinished song idea. And
that wasn't it. Let's see. This one.
Today's test of Suno's production skills is my most complicated composition called Feels. This song has more chords in the intro than the entire Ramones catalog. So let's see if I can stump Suno. And also, I've always wanted to hear this song with a string quartet and a vocal. Let's see what happens here.
Feels when the stars align and you're on my mind. You're my favorite find. Feels running down my spine, knowing you are mine tonight. Tonight, love is everything to.
His name is Fernando Perdomo. It's Fernando Perdomo Music. Perdom. Perdomo. Fernando Perdomo Music is his TikTok channel. But here he's playing his most complicated song. Source Camp encountered a hostile AI hater tonight. Lost his job. 25-year-old son can't get a job. Yep. Yeah, this is 2025 has been the year that AI has gone from a novelty to competent. 2026 is where it goes from competent to like world class, and where impact on jobs is going to be felt. Like the first real clear stuff is going to be either late this year or early next year.
'Cause you give me the feels. Ooh, love is real.
Take that, Suno. Oh man, I feel like I'm bullying it. All right, the lyrics have been pasted in.
So one of the things that's really interesting here, the way AI embedding works, the way training these models work, you can train them on anything, and they don't know the difference between what we find complicated and what we find simple. So for a large language model to understand Chinese is not inherently more complicated for it to understand English or French or Spanish. Where with us, if it's something like Chinese, where it's way far out of our, out of our comfort zone and out of our, lineage of language, it's a completely different thing. But it doesn't experience it that way. Same with the music. He's interacting with this, because he put in more complicated chords, that Suno is actually analyzing those chords in some way. It's not, right? It's basically creating a probability going into what's I assume the equivalent of a diffusion model for images, and just generating a song out of that. So absolutely fascinating.
Style. Male vocal, string quartet.
Oh yeah, he said he wanted to hear this as a string quartet. That was a cool thing.
No guitar, no drums. All right, here we go. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 10 seconds.
Tom, they're not complicated chords. They may not be, but this is his most complicated song.
Whoa.
When the stars align
It's got a very Beatles kind of boppy string section, doesn't it?
and you're on my mind, you're my favorite mind. Feels
A little more bouncy than I expected.
running down my spine, 'cause you're on my mind tonight.
It's catching every chord.
Tonight, love is everything tonight.
Yeah.
'Cause you give me the feels. Ooh, love is real. Ooh, feeling like a child.
So anyway, I mean, here's my thought on this. This guy. So there's a couple of things. A bunch of things are blasting through my head right now. One is I think, Erica, your point about this guy being vulnerable enough to share like his real-time reaction to this rather than just fucking run and hide in a closet, I think is a really incredible thing that he did, because he's not going to be the only one that goes through this. And if you look at Timbaland, if you know the producer Timbaland, he's got a similar video where he put out the video the first time he heard Suno, and his associate producer put in a fragment of a song that Timbaland had created at some point and just put it into Suno, and Suno finished the song. And you see his reaction, and he's dumbfounded. He's like, this thing can't sing, can it? And then it starts singing, and he's like, just blown away at the chord progressions and at what it produced. But Timbaland now works with Suno, and he's using Suno in his music writing, in his music production workflow. He's figured out how to roll it in and how to collaborate with it and treat it as a collaborator. This guy, I mean, he's clearly facile on the guitar, facile with songwriting, really knows music theory, really knows his songs, really knows his taste. If he embraces this, he's going to be better at Suno than any schlub that doesn't know anything about music, right? So a lot of people are just going to be pressing the buttons on Suno, squirt out a song, squirt out a song, squirt out a song. And those are going to be generic run-of-the-mill songs. But if you take someone with skills and someone that's been writing as long as this guy has, he's going to get something different out of it, right? And this gets back to Rick Rubin. There's a video of Rick Rubin recently where someone asked him about, do you think AI music can ever be music? And he said, the thing I find the most interesting about art is the point of view of the person behind it. And that struck me as, you can use AI mindlessly and you can create AI slop. Just like you can use a camera mindlessly and shoot snapshots, right? You just shooting tick, 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 tick. And those are snapshots of your vacation, right? Or if you've got a strong creative point of view, you can wait until sunset at the beach and make sure that someone's standing on the surf line and the light is coming through the waves as they're crashing, and you take the picture at just the right moment. You've got a point of view. And all of a sudden, that exact same camera and that exact same push of the shutter button now creates a photograph, not a snapshot. You can do the same with AI. AI can absolutely be a snapshot. Click, 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 right? And I think that's how a lot of people are going to use it. And that's what gives it a bad reputation. And that's what pisses people off about it. But if you take a guy like this and he takes fragments of songs that he never finished and puts them in here and explores them and comes up with a song, and he's like, oh yeah, that's really good. And then he learns it and then he produces it. He's going to do this in a different way than someone else. It's going to be a new tool that gets worked into his workflow. Or he can choose to be the victim of it and just lament the fact that we don't make songs the way we used to, right? And I think that's every single knowledge worker, every single creative, every single person that does anything with computers. You're going to have this moment, right? The minute you try to do the stuff you do and you realize, oh shit, that's at least as good as me, if not better. Like, one of my favorite things to do in the world is brainstorm. I loves me a good whiteboard. Get me on the whiteboard, I'll fucking brainstorm up a storm. You know how much whiteboard brainstorming I've done in the past year? Maybe twice. I used to do it twice a week. I don't need to anymore. It's better than me at that. And then there's two ways to react to that. Okay, ChatGPT is better at brainstorming than I am. I can either use it or not, right? Like, I do have the choice to not use it. But if I don't use it, I'm actually competing with people that do. And so that's going to come back and bite me at some point, because I'm not going to learn how to take my skills and amplify them using this really amazing idea generating machine, you know? So I got to turn the air back on. It's getting hot, people. It's getting hot in here. Hey, Champy. Hey, Champy. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Chainsaw. I have hours of one-liners and chord progressions and licks. Now they will become songs. Yeah. Let's see. We could do. Oh, man. I don't know. I was going to do something in pseudo, but fuck it. I don't think so. Thoughts? What are your thoughts? What are all your thoughts on Mr. Fernando Perdomo music? This is absolutely why I'm writing my book instead of running. Yep, so sick of the fear mongering. Damn, I know. It's like the whole point of this channel. That, you know, I started this channel the week after ChatGPT launched, because the minute I saw it, and the minute I saw Microsoft's investment go from $1 billion to $10 billion in like a month and a half period. The only thing that I knew was, one, the technology is profound, and two, it's not going away. Like, it is crystal clear to me. It was crystal clear to me the day ChatGPT came out. It ain't going away. And so this channel exists for the binary choice of what are you going to do about that? It's binary. It's absolutely binary. You either deal with it or you don't, right? And from where I sit, just having been on the planet long enough, if you don't deal with it, AI is going to happen to you. You are going to be the victim of it, and it's going to fucking suck. And if you choose to use it, what you're going to very likely have is the moment that Fernando just had, which is, holy fucking shit, I'm terrified. And did you notice that he was not only terrified, he was also invigorated? And he's like, let me throw my toughest stuff at it. Oh, yeah, it handled that too. Huh. And that's this cycle of AI adoption is very much like the cycle of accepting death. You're in denial, you're angry, you're pissed. You have this moment of, oh my God. You have this moment of joy and sadness all at the same time. And then you kind of move through that into this place of like, wait a minute. What if I really embrace this shit and try it on? This can take my ideas and amplify them. Those songs that were produced by Suno are his songs. Amplified. Now imagine if he took those songs, amplified them, got re-inspired by them, turned them up another notch, put them back in Suno, turned them up another notch, and he ends up with 6 different versions of the songs that he can sell to different artists. Why not? What if he's always wanted to make his own music videos, but he didn't have camera equipment and he didn't have the skills, but now he can? Right? I completely ignore, TikTok pin. Adaptation is where it's at. Kakif, that's the word for the next 3 years is be adaptive, be adaptable. Adaptation. And here's what I got to say. ChatGPT 5 in a weird way kind of fucked me up a bit. Not because I had an AI girlfriend and they took away my girlfriend. It wasn't that. I've been the one that's out here preaching adaptability and curiousness and play, and you got to play and you got to be adaptable. I've been out here preaching that. It was roughly 18 months from when ChatGPT 4 came out until ChatGPT 5 came out. And even though they kept improving GPT-4 over those 18 months, it was still GPT-4. GPT-5 is actually a fundamentally different model. It works differently. It responds differently. It's got a different personality. And what struck me was, oh shit, I have to start over with learning how to use ChatGPT. Now, I don't have to start completely over, but a lot of the ways that I learned to prompt ChatGPT 4 no longer apply. And there was a real sadness in that for me. Like there were a couple of days in there where I was like, oh, that's a fucking bummer. I think part of being adaptable is how quickly you can move through these sad moments, right? Because they're going to be sad, right? It's going to be, I took time to learn this shit. I went to this stupid fucking AI learning lab with this old fat dude that just rambles on. He never makes a point. And I did that for like a year and a half so I could learn how to use ChatGPT. And now they fucking change it? Do I have to spend another year with this bozo? He wears pink bows and his dog sings? Really? I still seem to tell GPT-5 its role, who it is. Yeah. How quickly you can bounce back from a beatdown. Yeah. Yep. How quick can you pivot? Thank you, Erica. Stop yapping and get a job. Exactly. But my hope for Fernando, like I have hope for him that he's not gonna let this shut him down. That he's willing to share his experience says to me that he might be willing to find a path into at a minimum, really understanding what Suno makes possible for him. Not what it does as a capability, but what it makes possible for him. And the only way he can do that is to go through it. Right? And it's going to suck. And he's going to have moments of elation, and he's going to have moments of just absolute devastation. And it doesn't mean he's never going to write a song on the guitar again. He's always going to write songs on the guitar. But what it might mean is that he doesn't get hired as much to do producing. But maybe what it means is he gets to produce more of his own music. There's a possibility. TikTok pin. Pizza. I started using AI with curiosity, but now I use it out of necessity. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I used to use AI as a curiosity, right? Here's a parlor trick. Look at this cute little thing it does. And now it's like, I couldn't imagine bringing any idea to life without it at this point. All right, launched last week. Okay, let's go check that out. Oh, man. In my humble opinion, AI music production so far has no soul. Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, if I look at every video that's been produced, even the most well-crafted AI videos, the most well-crafted ones are still weird. The physics are weird. They lack humanity. There's just something weird about them. But they're a fuck ton less weird than they were a year ago. And a year before that, they weren't even watchable. Right? You remember the original Will Smith spaghetti eating video where it's like his face is morphing and the spaghetti's all over the place? So just because AI music right now doesn't have a soul, don't assume that's going to be the case for very long. Don't assume video is going to be like that. Don't assume the writing is going to be like that. Assume that these things are going to get better and better and better. And then if that's the case, if we truly get to the point that AI generated stuff is indistinguishable from human created stuff, then what rises above the noise? And that goes back to the Rick Rubin thing. What's the point of view of the human being behind it? So, anyway, people are going to get better at prompting too. Well, I think some people are going to get better at prompting. I think the other thing that's going to happen is people will have to prompt less and less. That we will have agentic systems that will be doing the prompting for us, that what we will give AI is an idea or an imperative, a direction. I want a movie that's got the excitement of Tarantino and the comedy of Ryan Gosling. I don't fucking know. And I want there to be trolls and fantasy and lasers. And then it will go figure out what storyline makes the most sense and what setting makes the most sense and what special effects and what characters and how they interact. I think that's where it ultimately goes. But I also don't think it prevents any of us from handcrafting work or from using AI tools with chain of craft to do sophisticated things that we're proud of. Like, I think it all just becomes a spectrum. Some things will be fully automated and hyper personalized. Some things will be created with AI and, you know, human AI collaboration. Some things will be just digitally produced with humans. Some things will still be produced with physical cameras, right? Maybe there's a big push back to physical film and hand editing, played on a projector outside on a street, on a sheet stretched against the wall. Maybe that becomes the new preferred way of watching movies. Let's go look at, so Pizza Later is one of our friends on TikTok and has a site called Ohreeli, OHREELI.com. Discover AI creators. Explore the latest in AI, generative AI talent, and find creatives for your next project. There you go. Is Joy Purdy in here? Yo, producer Brandon.
If she is, she'd be telling you to change your tabs.
And producer Brandon, he's good.
So this is actually Pizza Later's friend that started this last week, and it looks super cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. I think this is quite smart, because you're already seeing. So the last two salons have been hosted by Liz Miller Gershfeld, she was an advertising producer for like 20 years out of Chicago. And in the past 2 years, she's been getting up to speed on AI, and she's been putting together a portfolio. And she's now starting to get hired by production companies, production companies with actual film directors, like Emmy award-winning film directors. And they're hiring her as a behind-the-scenes prototyping engine. So they know she's got good aesthetic capabilities. They now know that she's good at AI. They now know that they're not good at AI, but their clients are asking for it. And so this is a really smart site. So if you are good at making stuff, get started. Just as a creator, join as an agency. Discover and hire AI creatives. Join as a creator. Nice. Joy's here. There you go, Joy. Joy Purdy, thanks. You're living proof that artists like you make amazing art with AI tools. Yeah, here's the thing. The biggest trope with, by the way, nice work, Pizza Later, on that site. That's really cool. I'm continuing to sign up. The biggest trope, the biggest misunderstanding, please check this box. Yes. The biggest misunderstanding with, hang on. Okay, I got to make a profile. All right, I'll make a profile. The biggest misunderstanding with AI art is that people that don't use AI still assume, where's my button? Oh, did I drop it the other day? I dropped it the other day. That's the one. You can make money with ChatGPT. Most people that don't understand AI, when you go, oh yeah, I used AI for that, they think this is what you did. You can make money with ChatGPT. Here's your video. It's not how it works. Even an image. If you look at the work that Kelly Bosch does, the images that she does, that she then turns into these videos, that's years of her getting ideas that have been in her head for decades and figuring out how to prompt Midjourney in such a way that she gets results that kind of match this idea in her head. And then she generates dozens and dozens and dozens of images for the 20 or 30 that you see in any one of her videos. The AI artists that are in the AI salon that come here to the Learning Lab are artists. They are learning a new craft of how to string together multiple tools to generate an output. What's that sound like? Sounds like movie making to me. Sounds like music production to me. Sounds like image making to me. Sounds like project management to me, right? Every fucking job is some collection of tools that we interact with to generate some kind of output. My friend that launched it is trying to help connect clients with creators that might not have typical agency experience. Yeah, because what's going to happen, Pizza, is the creative directors at the agencies that have, well, they all have egos. The creative directors at the agencies that have egos and are insecure and not willing to have the moment that Fernando just had, where they're just like, I'll deal with AI when it gets good enough. That's a little below my talent level. I talk to a lot of agency douchebags that's their attitude. I just met a guy in LA, runs an agency, and his attitude was, yeah. I mean, some of my people are using it. Yeah, whatever. All right. The guy I was talking to was like, he's about to have his ass handed to him. The only way through this is through. The only way through it is through. I mean, it's literally. So, Erica, for your book, this is you've got a beach. You got two choices. Okay, the waves are getting bigger, and on the beach is a really cozy tiki hut with pina coladas in it and a nice fan, and a beautiful person operating the fan, right? And an ice cold pina colada, and next to the tiki hut is a surfboard, and you don't know how to surf. Those are your two choices. That's where we are right now. And the only fucking choice is grab the fucking surfboard and get in the water, in my opinion, because the other one is going to be fucking awful. Right? You're gonna have temporary bliss, but while the tsunami wave, builds and builds and builds, and then just comes fucking smashing in. So yeah, shootless, meaning no film crews, no location permits, no craft services, etc. Right? Yeah, in some cases, I mean, Ryan, if you look at the Netflix just put out a statement about their some film that they released in, I think it was April or May, that had a big sequence in it, a big special effects sequence that was done with AI. And they didn't announce it until late July or early August. But they talk about like how they did it and why they did it. And they basically said that movie couldn't have been made without AI, because that sequence, they would have either had to cut that sequence, which I guess would have fucked up the story, or it would have been prohibitive. And so they did it with AI. But a couple of things that are fascinating there. Who was the AI artist that did that work? How did they get hired? How did they find them? That's why something like the Oh Really site is really powerful. Like if you're someone that wants to find someone that's got their shit together with making AI video, go find them there. So there's going to be a lot of people hired to do stuff for larger productions that they just don't have the budget anymore, or just producers being producers. Wait, instead of spending $5 million for this film, I could spend $2 million if we use AI. Yeah, fucking use AI, because I'm still going to make the same money on the other side of this thing, whether we use AI or not. But if I don't have to spend an extra $3 million and put that at risk, why don't we do this? I'll give you $2 million for this movie with AI, and then I'll give you another $2 million for the sequel to it if it's successful. And then I'll put $1 million into some punk that's just making AI movies. So I don't think you're necessarily going to see a complete obliteration of the film business. I just think you're going to see a massive fragmenting of it and probably an amplification of it. But the current power structures are going to lose their fucking minds. Erica, I truly think that the show Adolescence will be one of the last true one-shot TV shows that are done in such a grand scale in a beautiful way without AI. Yeah, I know. There's a couple of them. But I don't know that it'll be the last one, Erica, but I think what it'll be is, I think there's going to be a hunger for analog produced work. We've got to get there first, right? Like right now, we've got all the shows that are shot on, curved LED screen, those LED rooms, like The Mandalorian. So we're going to work our way through that. And then that's going to give way to full AI productions. And the AI productions will get better and better and better. And within 2 or 3 years, they'll be indistinguishable from what we have today. And I think probably at that point, somewhere around 3 years out from now, someone's going to go, like, do you remember when Tarantino did The Hateful Eight? He wanted to shoot it on the anamorphic 70 millimeter 1.21 or 2.1 to 1 aspect ratio. And he had to go to Panavision, and they had 2 of these lenses in existence. There's 2 of them in existence. And one of them worked and one of them didn't. So one of them became like the donor body, and they rebuilt this lens. And then it had to be shown in special theaters that had anamorphic projection lenses. and so, but like I actually went to see Hateful Eight in LA in a theater with the actual anamorphic film. And it was insane. It was crazy. Like, you could see the flickering of 24 frames a second. And there was just something janky about it. There was just something right about it because the subject matter was the Wild West, right? I think we're going to see a return to a hunger for analog stuff, in-person, events, in-person movies, making movies the old-fashioned way, a resurgence. We've seen like a resurgence to film with photography. We've seen a resurgence of Polaroids. So I don't think it goes away completely, but I think the core way you produce things is absolutely going to transform. It's going to absolutely transform. And I think that the quantity of content goes up dramatically, which, how the fuck do we keep up with it? That I don't know. I mean, I can't. Do you guys have TV show anxiety? I totally have TV show anxiety, which is this. A show comes on and I'm like, oh, I want to watch that. And then we start watching it. And then it's one of those annoying shows where you can't binge the whole season. You have to watch it week by week. And then the next week, it's on Tuesday, but you're like, oh, fuck, what channel is that? And you're literally like, is it Paramount Plus? Is it Tubi? Is it Netflix? Do you think it's on YouTube? And it's like 15 minutes and like the time is coming up to when it's supposed to start, and it's streaming, so you have to watch that one live because they don't show it for 24 hours in the fucking replay because they're assholes. And you're like, what channel is it? That's gonna get worse. So many platforms. It's so many platforms. BitTorrent. Yeah, exactly. I think there's going to be a big art fusion era, meaning combining of art with AI. Yeah, Joy, and why not? This whole fucking idea that artists that are on the outside of AI right now have this all or nothing attitude. Like, AI art is evil and everything else is good. Well, it wasn't always that way. Digital cameras were evil to film photographers. They didn't consider digital photography real photographs for years. And the same thing's going on with AI right now. But I think you're right, Joy. It's like, this is just another mechanism in a series of mechanisms, mechani, that make shit. Some things are cameras, some things are digital audio workstations. Some things are nonlinear editors. Now we've got AI video generators. It's just generating more crap to put in the chain of craft. So yeah, I think you're right. I think the experimentation of, like, here's an idea. Imagine a theater troupe Imagine a combination of a theater troupe and a film production studio and a bunch of AI prompt engineers. Okay? Go with me here. And they rent an olden-timey movie theater, and you go in as the audience, and it's like an improv show where some actors come out on stage, or some, the hosts come out on stage or come out in the front of the audience, and like, what are we doing tonight? And then from the audience, they're like, we want to see a Western. Someone goes, sci-fi. All right, you want a sci-fi cowboy thing? Space aliens? Or space cowboys? No, I want to see a race movie. Okay, you want a race movie? What year? And then they start prompting it. And what goes up on screen is hyper personalized for that audience that night, brought to life by people that have that craft. And every 15 minutes you stop the film and say, all right, we going left or we going right? Do we still want to be in this genre? We want to go costume drama? Okay, so from here on out, it's still going to be a race movie, but we're going costume drama. Okay. You sure you want that? Here we go. Another 15 minutes of show. Like, that could be an entirely new genre of entertainment. But if the fucking artists are just sitting on the side like this, I'm not going to use it. It's plagiarism. How do we ever discover that? It's people like Fernando who goes, holy shit, I had no idea, but then has the balls to like make the videos to say, hey, I'm going to go through this with you. Let me show you what I'm learning here. Let me tell you how I'm feeling about it. It's people like Fernando that are going to go, what if we put together a band that their specialty was they're a cover band, but they're only covering songs that were written that night. And while the warm-up act is playing, the audience is giving input, and the AI is writing songs, and the cover band is breaking down those songs, learning the chords, learning the lyrics, and they go out and they play original songs every fucking night. Why not? Why not? TikTok pin. Joy Purdy. Ask an LLM to give you art fusion ideas. Some of the ideas are pretty awesome. That's a great idea, actually. Yeah, the impromptu cover band. Exactly. Why not? Like, that's a whole different skill of musician. You'd have to have some pretty fucking baller chops, right? Some really tight musicians that would be able to just take, they'd be more like jazz bands, right? They could just take chord progressions, a couple of lyrics, and just fucking nail it. Every song could start with, here's the Suno version that we created. They fade that out as the band comes in. Could be really exciting. Or not. New TikTok pin. Corey. Use my fabulous film finder, GPT, Kyle. Finds any platform anything is on. Oh, that's cool. Fabulous film finder. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. I would love that cover band. Early AM meeting. Night all. Night, Kakif. Thank you. Yeah. People won't write a book first. They'll make the movie first and then write a book based on the movie. Yeah, exactly. Why not? All right. It's getting to be that time. So tomorrow, I keep threatening to do this, and I'm going to do it at some point here. I'm going to get graphics for this. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Time on LinkedIn, I do AI office hours. And it's for anyone who wants to come. So if you go to my LinkedIn account, at Kyle Shannon on LinkedIn, click on events. It's been the same event URL. It's a Google Meet event. It's 11 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. Okay? So just go find that and come to that. And then tomorrow night is Friday night date night. It's just a normal Friday. I don't think we have any gallivanting to do in the art district, so it should be just regular 8 o'clock Friday night date night. So get your nachos, get your Hot Pocket in the dirty microwave, get it all ready. Probably some orange drink or red Kool-Aid, and preferably not a date. If you have a date, bring them. If you don't want to see them again, you bring them. But otherwise, we'll be each other's date, okay? All right. I don't even know what we talked about tonight. But I know I got peppy about it. All right, cool. Groovy. Hope you all have a fantastic evening, and I will see you tomorrow night. Peace.